Alright, so this is a Gen 1 playthrough, and this is of a solo run with Bulbasaur. I've decided to start with Bulbasaur being the number 1 in the Pokedex. I think I'll go down Pokedex order. If you've never played Pokemon Blue or Red before, it's a pretty broken game. It's very easy to confuse the programming. The AI is kind of all over the place, but it's where it all began. It is very fun to play even to this day. There is Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon Yellow does have a couple of differences. They're only minor, but I'll do these on Blue and Red because they're like, kind of the staple. So Bulbasaur, he's not bad. Despite the fact that everyone gives him a lot of crap over, say, Charmander and Squirtle, Bulbasaur is actually really good. His move pool isn't too bad. His stats are alright as well. And for Gen 1, grass types are actually pretty good. Bulbasaur's going to be really good for the first and second gym. He's not too bad for the third because he resists electric, and Erika, because of the weird way Gen 1's AI works, Erika's not going to really be able to damage him. So on this Bulbasaur run I have edited it down a little bit, as his run did take a while. But he's pretty bad in some spots of the game, but for most of it he's generally pretty good. So this is skip 4th to Pewter City's gym, and obviously he's level 13, he's got Vine Whip, he's gonna one-shot almost everything in this gym. Brock's Pokemon, Geodude and Onix. Geodude and Onix have pretty much no special, which Bulbasaur's strong with, so they're just going to get tapped by Vine Whip and they're going to be one hits. And I think I might have edited out Mount Moon. However, in Mount Moon, Bulbasaur actually got knocked out a couple of times. He's not good in Mount Moon. He will come up against Zubat, and Zubat with Leech Life is 4 times damage because the bug move is effective against both grass and psychic. So Mount Moon actually was not fun. We're in Cerulean now, and this first trainer is Misty's gym won't put up much of a fight, again because of the bad AI well, it's technically listed as good AI, so the AI won't use moves that aren't effective against your Pokemon, but that will also make them spam a move like Harden or an ineffective move like Reflect or something like that. Which yeah, it's a bit of an oversight, but yeah, Misty's Staryu and Starmie aren't going to use anything other than Tackle, or Starmie might use Harden, but they're not going to use anything. They're not going to use their water moves. So with Leech Seed, Bulbasaur pretty much won't be able to lose. I mean, I don't even need to use Poison Powder and Leech Seed, to be honest. I mean, Starmie gets close, but it's a one-try victory. Bulbasaur's in fact, I didn't even need to use Leech Seed. I should have just stuck with Vine Whip, to be honest. He does struggle a little bit against the second rival battle, mainly because of Pidgeotto using Sand Attack, but he's not too bad in it. So Pidgeotto's the worst because it's quick. It hits you pretty hard. If it uses Sand Attack, you might as well just reset the battle. I've been hit by one in this battle, so Abra. For Bulbasaur, Abra is a good one because it's only going to use Teleport. You can use your Leech Seed to regain your health. If you want to play tactically, poison it as well, and just pretty much just sit there and let your HP come back up. Rattata, Vine Whip's one hit. Charmander has got Ember, which will do a little bit, but just Gen 1's weird. It will sometimes just spam the worst move. Sometimes it'll play really good, sometimes it won't. We got lucky in that battle using Charmander using Growl and Leer. If it used only Ember from there, it would have won. So skip past Nugget Bridge and all the trainers, we end up at Bills to get the SS and ticket. And from there we will go on to Vermilion City. In Vermilion City we do get TM8, which is Body Slam. Body Slam's very good. It's I think it's 85 base power. Can cause paralysis. In general, it's just a good move to have. And it's accessible pretty early. So we'll move on to rival battle number... It's technically number 4 if you count all the ones instead of skipping any of them. He's, again, even at this stage, he's not that difficult. Bulbasaur's, he's level 30. He's not going to one-shot everything, but he's going to come close. Raticate's not going to do any damage. And with Razor Leaf, Razor Leaf's one of those moves that has a higher critical hit ratio. So it's a pretty easy battle. Kadabra's got pretty bad defense, and Bulbasaur's special is pretty good, so Ember's not really going to do much to him. So I head off and get cut. Usually for runs like this, it's better to get Paris, because cut's not really that good of a move. Paris can also learn dig as well if you wanted to. Because in speed runs, you can dig out of certain spots so you don't have to walk back. A little bit to the right is the infamous truck as well. No, Mew isn't under it. It was just a background cosmetic thing added, which never made it into the frame of the game. Yes, you can catch Mew in Gen 1. You do need to use a couple of glitches to do it. It's not too difficult. You can also alter his level by using Growl or a stat adjusting move. So Lieutenant Surge's gym, Surge isn't going to be too difficult just because he can't really damage Bulbasaur at all. Although paralysis can be a bit of a trick. There is a difference in Yellow. In Yellow he only has Raichu and it's like level 27 or something like that. In these ones, I think he's got a Voltorb, Magnemite, and like maybe a Pikachu or something from memory. I actually recorded this. This run was actually recorded quite a while ago. I just never got around to doing it. But, so Bulbasaur, I've decided to battle all the trainers in the gym, because Bulbasaur will need a few levels later on in the game against trainers like Blaine and Koga. Will be a bit harder. And we did get occasionally you'll find that your attack misses in this game. It's 1 in 256. It's actually a programming oversight. And same with the trash balls here. The way you open them, when you find the first one, it says it'll be right next to the one that you got right the first one. But again, due to a programming oversight, you've got a 50-50. It'll either be right next to the one you get like with the first lock, or it'll be in the top left. It's an oversight and it's 50-50. You can't really know until you get it wrong and then wonder why it wasn't the one that was right next. Now, that was lucky. If I didn't get that paralysis, Raichu could have actually knocked Bulbasaur out, but that's just the way the game is. Alright, so skip past Rock Tunnel. there wasn't really much going on in there. It was just most of the trainers in there are hikers. You can kill them in one hit with a grass move. Skipping over to Celadon City. In Celadon you have to do the game corner where the rocket hideout is. You can also get you also need to get the water bottle to get past the gate for Saffron City. Rocket hideout's not too difficult, but you can encounter Zubats and Golbats, which can be a bit of a problem. At level 36, Bulbasaur's quite good for this. I'm not trying to do it with like doing it at the lowest level possible or like fast as possible. I play these as I usually would if I was just doing a casual playthrough, so I don't over level to the point where like everything's just a one-hit kill, but I'm not under leveled to where I have to rely too much on luck, so I kind of play. Usually at this time my party would be around level 36. No, I don't battle all the trainers on the way out. I battle a few of them, but not all of them. If I do, like, if I'm just casually playing through this, I will battle every trainer. That's why I end up quite a high level, or a good level. Now, interesting, this trainer in yellow, he drops the lift key automatically. In this version, he doesn't, and this confused a lot of players when they first played it, because you actually have to talk to this trainer after the battle to get him to drop the lift key. But rocket hideout's not too difficult, especially if you have like water Pokemon as well. You know, at this point in yellow, you actually get another Team Rocket battle, which was a good addition to yellow, how they had all these like anime references. If I ever play Gen 1, I always play yellow. I actually very rarely play red and blue. I prefer yellow because it's got the anime references which are cool. It's story-wise, it hasn't really got anything new. It's just a couple of the gym leaders have a varied team, but the game itself isn't actually that different. So the first Giovanni battle, Onyx, obviously Onyx isn't good in any generation. Rhyhorn's going to be a one-hit kill. And what does he have? Kangaskhan as well. Kangaskhan's bulky. It's got a bit of attack power, but it's not too bad. There's another one of those 1 in 256 misses, which is quite annoying. Like, it's so you need the Sylph Scope to get past a ghost in Pokemon Tower. Well, in theory you don't. You can actually throw a Pokédoll at it and get the ghost to run away, and that will actually get the game to think that you've won the battle. So there's always a theory about why the rival trainer doesn't use Eradicate in this battle. And it's because the theory is that your trainer actually beat his Eradicate up that bad on the SSN. That's why he's in Pokemon Tower. He's mourning the loss of his Eradicate. It's an interesting theory, but it's probably just because Eradicate's not that good. It's not bad, but it's not good. So, Mother Marowak. If you've ever seen Pokemon Origins, you get the backstory on this, which is it's a really cool short series that Pokemon did. Quite a sad one as well. And yeah, it's based upon these games. So heading over to Celadon City, Erika's gym isn't going to be difficult at all. because of the way the AI works, Erika won't really do anything to damage Bulbasaur. She's got Victory Bell, which is only going to spam Poison Powder probably. I think Tangela might use Bind, which is just annoying really because it goes for multiple turns. Tangela is actually really good. It's got really good defense and special. It just has a really bad move pool. And Vileplume's only going to use Poison Powder as well. It's just the weird way Gen 1's programming is. Erika won't use grass moves against Bulbasaur, so that's probably the easiest gym battle besides Brock. Misty at least used Tackle. I get rid of Leech Seed from Mega Drain. Mega Drain heals more and Leech Seed's too inaccurate. So from here you can get onto the bike path, use a Poker Flute from Mr. Fuji to get Snorlax out the way. If you didn't already know, if you walk up to the guard without a bike and just hold left, you'll the way the game's framing works, you can actually just walk past a guard without a bike. It is a well-known one. So on to Fuchsia City. Koga was actually difficult. I did lose to him a couple of times. It's because he's got Pokemon that can use Explosion. The rest of Fuchsia City is just going to the Safari Zone, and there is always the and now that trainer in the gym that I got knocked out against, I couldn't get past his Hypno. Hypno's got like really good special, so I had to level up a little bit to get around him. And another trainer in this that was quite hard was the 5th rival battle. He's about the same level as Bulbasaur is now, his team. And Bulbasaur, because it's like a first line evolution, its stats lack a bit when you get to this part of the game. After obtaining the card key, there's a little healing spot on the 9th floor, and to get to where the rival is, if you go around this way, there's a warp panel here which takes you straight out the front. Yeah, fighting Pokemon have bad special. You can use almost any special move against them. Almost one hit, so now, yeah, this was a tough battle. I did lose a few times, especially with Pidgeot. Pidgeot is really difficult for Bulbasaur. Wing attack will do a lot of damage. As you see, Bulbasaur's not going to get past. I actually went and did the fighting dojo to get a bit more experience. The fighting Pokemon, again, they don't have a lot of special, so Bulbasaur's Razor Leaf will one-shot most of them. Same with Mankey and Primeapes, they don't have good special. So in playthroughs, I do still consider the fighting dojo a mandatory part of the story, even though you don't have to do it. I still do it anyway. It's like an unofficial gym. And either the Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee that you can get can also learn Strength if for doing a solo run if you don't want to use strength on your main Pokemon. Even though, you know, strength isn't that bad of a move. But yeah, Razor Leaf will pretty much just wipe out all the teams. The Karate Dojo has a Hitmonlee and a Hitmonchan. But you see, Bulbasaur's grown a couple of levels in here. I didn't even bother to pick up the fighting Pokemon. So I decided to try the rival battle again. I had to redo the card key bit, but it didn't matter. I can't get past Pidgeot. Pidgeot just wing attack just kills it in 4 moves. I had to level up quite a bit. Because yeah, I kind of got stuck. You need to beat Koga to use Surf. You need to get past the rival to advance in the game as well. To battle Sabrina. Sabrina was a tough one as well because psychic moves tear Bulbasaur apart pretty good. So yeah, the few trainers in Koga's gym, I ended up battling them all because Hypno is also very quick and Bulbasaur is not that fast. So, but I ended up getting past that trainer. At this point, level 52, yeah, that's a high level to be at, but for a first line evolution, to play comfortably and not rely on luck, you need to sort of like be at this level. As yeah, I don't want to rely on the badge boost glitch in this either. The badge boost glitch, when you beat gyms, you get a certain percentage added for like your party when you battle. But if you use a stat altering move, that badge boost adds on again. It's another one of those oversights in Gen 1. So like when you beat Brock, you get a certain percentage boost on your attack when you battle. If I use like Sword Stance or something, my attack will go up and that badge boost from Brock's attack will add on again and will stack. So you can end up using that badge boost glitch to kind of win unfairly. If you manipulate it like that, which I kind of see as not using the Pokemon's natural power to win, which, you know, I think kind of destroys the idea of a run of the Pokemon like going by itself. Using badge boost is kind of giving it an unnatural strength advantage. It's sort of the way I see it. So I want my Pokemon to win the run using its own power. So Gold Teeth and Surf in the Safari Zone so I can get Strength and Surf. Come back to the rival battle. Bulbasaur is now level 58, which is quite strong, but as you can see, it's still not even one-shotting like Pidgeot, and Pidgeot doesn't have that good a defense, even Execute. Like, and I mean, he's got good Pokemon, especially Gyarados, Alakazam. If Alakazam's faster, it will probably knock Bulbasaur out, but Bulbasaur outspeeds it. Charizard at this stage, believe it or not, only knows Ember for fire moves. So if it knew Flamethrower, it would probably win. I don't think Charizard actually learns Flamethrower until like level 46 or something, but so it makes sense that it's only got Ember. But now that we have beaten the rival, we can go on to Giovanni. And again, Giovanni is not difficult. He uses bad rock Pokemon, which Nidorino is not really going to be a problem. Poison Sting's not going to do any damage. Also, Bulbasaur can't get poisoned by Nidorino if you use a poison attack on a poison Pokemon. It doesn't poison them. It's another weird mechanic with Gen 1. If you're using a normal Pokemon and you use Body Slam on a normal type, that normal type doesn't have any chance to get paralyzed. It's the weird way Gen 1 works to prevent, I guess, fire Pokemon burning other fire Pokemon, which kind of doesn't make any sense, but... So, you go into Silphco, get the Master Ball from the President. Sabrina could be difficult, so I decided to level up a bit. She's got a Kadabra, which is very quick, and her Pokemon are very, very strong. Defensively, they're not strong, but their special stat is quite high. If they hit Bulbasaur with a Psychic attack, Bulbasaur's going to get flattened like there you go. You can even get past that Drainus Haunter. I mean, mind you, he wasn't at full health, but like Bulbasaur is not strong. Especially against ghost types, he doesn't have any moves that really do damage, especially with confusion moves as well, which I really should have probably healed Bulbasaur, but it takes time, and it doesn't really matter if you get knocked out. What happens if you get knocked out? You lose like half your player's money, but I don't use it in solo runs. So I wanted to beat that Haunter just to prove a point more than anything. Then head to battle Sabrina. Sabrina, she as long as Bulbasaur outspeeds, Body Slam will one-shot most of her Pokemon, or nearly. Because Venomoth is... Yeah, quite a dangerous one, especially with Leech Life, because Leech Life will do 4 times against Bulbasaur. Psywave is random. Reflect was lucky. So Sabrina could have won that, but Psywave does a range of different damage. It's between... I think it might actually depend on the level of the Pokemon, but like sometimes it'll do 40 damage, sometimes it'll do 100. It's completely random. Psywave isn't a good move. It's too random. So with the door locked, I have to go into that burn tower, that Pokemon Mansion burn tower. That's Gen 2. I did a solo run with Chikorita on Gen 2, and it was not fun. Chikorita was really, really bad. That's why Gen 2 is floating around in my head. But the secret key, it's right at the back of the mansion. It's a bit of a trek to get to. I've never enjoyed doing this part of the game. The little books that are on the table, that gives you a hint of Mew existing, which is the Cinnabar Mansion has its place in Pokemon lore, given that it's sort of like where all the Mew and the Mewtwo stuff transpired. After you get the secret key, you can go in to battle Blaine. Blaine, in theory, Bulbasaur's not good against, and as you'll see, I'm pretty sure Bulbasaur loses, or I could just, yeah. When he got hit by Arcanine, yeah, I think I lost a couple of times to Blaine before I finally got the win, especially with Fire Spin. If Bulbasaur gets outsped, Fire Spin hits, Bulbasaur's attack gets cancelled out. That was a mechanic that was removed after Gen 1. So if something uses Fire Spin or Wrap can do it as well, your turn ends. And when the next turn comes, they can use Wrap again, and you literally can't get an attack in. But at this point, Bulbasaur's just going to level up if he keeps battling, even if he loses. I mean, that one was more lucky than anything, but level 65 is high enough to beat Blaine. without too much difficulty. Arcanine got paralysed, but it wouldn't have knocked Bulbasaur out, so after you beat the 7th gym, Giovanni is revealed as gym leader number 8. He's not difficult. He's got a Rhydon. I think he's got a Dugtrio on this one. Nidoking and Nidoqueen. Rhyhorn you can even use Mega Drain to, but Razor Leaf will one-hit that. Dugtrio might outspeed. No, it doesn't. Okay. Any ground or rock type Bulbasaur is gonna knock off in one hit. Nidoking and Queen. Poison Sting's not gonna do anything, and I think there might be something with the AI. It's just gonna spam Poison Sting. Because Bulbasaur's first typing is Grass, which Poison is super effective against. Bulbasaur's second typing is Poison, which would resist, but the game is only looking at the first typing, so it thinks Poison Sting is going to be super effective, even though it isn't. Which is why Nidoking and Queen are both spanning Poison Sting. So because of the good AI that the game claims actually takes away some of the battling on this, which is why, yeah, red and blue are weird. I don't know if they patched it in yellow, but in yellow I found yellow to be more challenging than red and blue. I think that's another reason why I liked playing it better. But yeah, that's pretty much the same Rhyhorn as Giovanni used. So this rival battle isn't too difficult. Bulbasaur's a good level, and the rivals Pokemon at this time also don't know good moves. Psychic came close, but yeah, the rival did actually win the first battle. He and Bulbasaur gets through most of the first part of his team pretty easily. Dragon Rage is kind of bad because that does like 40 HP in one turn, which is it's about a fourth of Bulbasaur's health. But yeah, he's not too bad. You can get past him pretty easily. After the rival, we are on the way to the Elite Four. The victory road is actually quite easy with Bulbasaur. A lot of the Pokemon you encounter are ground and rock types. Bulbasaur lost maybe like 10 or so times. I just kept leveling up, but at level 77, 78, this was the hardest battle. Of course, Agatha is just horrible to try and use a Pokemon like Bulbasaur against, and as you see, Gengar could have won if it really wanted to, and I get knocked out against Golbat. Lorelei is easy. Razor Leaf just one-shots everything at this level. Bruno, obviously Bruno's not difficult for anything. It was really just Agatha that was the hardest at this point, and the weird mechanic Agatha has where she just sort of like switches her Pokemon randomly. I did use Mimic, so I could use Bulbasaur to get Sleep Attack. And there's a weird thing with Mimic where it can actually overwrite the game. No, hang on. I'm dreaming it. I'm imagining it. Bulbasaur can learn Sleep Powder, actually. And without Sleep Powder, Bulbasaur can't beat Agatha. There is also a strategy of using Mimic to learn Hypnosis. Sleep Powder, Hypnosis, pretty much the same thing. Both are inaccurate, both don't always work. But yeah, I skipped a lot of the Elite Four lead up to this because I had to train Bulbasaur and get his level up, and it just made the video too long. So yeah, without Sleep Powder, Bulbasaur literally does not have a chance of winning, even at this level. So it's a strategy I don't really like to rely on, is using Sleep. I just find it a bit cheap. It's the same with Double Team, raising evasion. It just kind of breaks the whole point of... And yeah, I accidentally evolved into Ivysaur, so I had to retrain it back up to level 81. I remember that because I lost about half an hour of play of like actual time. I had to redo it. And Bulbasaur, he's not bad. He's definitely going to be a better Pokemon to use for a solo run in Gen 1 than others. Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard are not good for Gen 1. They are fire types in general and not good for Gen 1. Especially the Elite Four with Lorelei, Lance, the rival trainer. There's very few Pokemon that fire types are actually good against. Lance isn't that difficult because of his Dragonairs having agility, which is a psychic move, and because Bulbasaur has poison typing, Dragonairs will just spawn agility. Same with Dragonite. It'll use Barrier because it's a psychic move and it thinks it's going to be super effective against Bulbasaur's poison, even though it'll never cause damage. So that's why Lance was so easy. Which, yeah, is another letdown with Gen 1, especially Red and Blue. Pidgeot no longer has Sand Attack, thank God. Sky Attack is quite a worry because it's like a base 140 power or something. It's an extremely strong move. Alakazam has very little defense, and I can heal against Rhydon, which is kind of what I was banking on for this battle. Exeggutor can use Hypnosis, otherwise it's just going to use Barrage, which if it uses Hypnosis and Barrage, it can knock Bulbasaur out. Other than that, I use Sleep Powder against Charizard and just happened to get lucky. Otherwise, yeah, Charizard would have won. But the opponent does use sleep stuff against you, so I guess it's only fair that you can use it against it. It may have been a little bit of a cheap win, but overall Bulbasaur wasn't too bad. He's I think he's going to be better than most. So I will do Ivysaur and Venusaur next. If you stayed around for this long, thank you for watching. Take care. I will see you soon for an Ivysaur run, which in theory should be easier than Bulbasaur. So take care.